Hey everyone, I'm Airdorf, and this is my game, Faith.
Faith looks like a throwback to a bygone era, but plays like a throwback to your worst nightmare. A terrifying, dread-filled experience that already has a host of fans eagerly awaiting Part 3, The Conclusion, which is coming to Steam very soon. We're with Airdorf. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Pyrian and Jake, it's good to be talking to y'all again.
So your games have already been out there, and you are really living the solo developer's dreams. Millions of views on YouTube on Part 1 and Part 2, and now Part 3. So I want to know just about that. What's it like to live that experience?
I can't explain it, but it is a dream come true. Like, I've always wanted to create my own game and have people enjoy it and scare people. That's what I've always wanted to do with horror games. It sounds a little weird, but I'm like very happy that this game has apparently scared a lot of people.
So what is it about this game that you think is so scary? What is it that gets under people's skin?
The original design challenge was to make a scary horror experience using just basic graphics. A lot of people dismiss the game. You'd be surprised they dismiss it because of the graphics. And my argument will always be that you don't need good graphics to make an effective game experience. Using that retro style, those elements dance on the line between comprehension and incomprehension. They live on that frontier of the known and the unknown. The point is, I think it was Alfred Hitchcock who said that it's the anticipation of the bang that is more frightening and more effective than the actual bang itself.
So talking about that retro art style that you've got, specifically I'd say the 80s, what is it about that era that's made it scary, and why did you want to make a game that was evocative of that era and set in that era?
I think there's a dark side to the 80s. There was this widespread paranoia and fear about things like heavy metal music and Dungeons and Dragons. And so I wanted to situate the game in that era when there was so much paranoia and uncertainty and isolation. So I had to throw some things at the player that they'd never seen before. So I had my rotoscoped animated cutscenes, which have been very successful in selling the creep factor.
I've got a question about the rotoscoping, which is genuinely iconic. How did you do it? What is the process of rotoscoping in the way that you did?
Sure. So I shoot myself acting out the things. That's why Amy, the possessed girl in the first Faith, has such broad shoulders and such a gaunt neck. That's me with a sheet on, pulling the sheet off. So I in front of camera, I act like there's a demonic hand erupting out of a hole in my face, and then I act out the hand.
Faith feels like such a personal project. What was the base inspiration for Faith? Because that must have come from somewhere. It seems personal.
I had a nightmare when I was in high school, and that was kind of the moment when I woke up in a cold sweat and knew that I had to turn that into a game. I had to turn that moment that I had into a game. There are certain things that scare me personally. The supernatural, something coming out of the walls that is already dead. How do you deal with it? And it wants your soul. That's what really scares me, that concept. And so if you were to ask me what the base inspiration was, it's my own personal fear of supernatural and demonic forces, I guess.
All right, so Airdorf, this is the conclusion of a long-term project. This has been your baby for such a long time. You're finally finishing it. What does that feel like? What is that experience like, going through that and finally coming to a close?
I am super happy to be working on it. I'll be even happier when it's finished, but there'll be this feeling of sadness in the background because man, what a journey. I never thought I would be here, and it's just bizarre.
Airdorf, what an incredible game. Absolutely terrifying. And guys, highly recommend that you go check this one out with your lights on in the morning.
Fantastic.
With your entire family.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Pyrian. Thanks, Jake. That was great. You got to put that in.